Here's something I see all the time. Someone sits down to set up their project management tool, spends 3 hours building the most elaborate system you've ever seen, color coded, perfectly nested, beautifully organized, and then never opens it again. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know it's not a discipline problem, it's a design problem. You built a system for the version of you that has full energy and zero distractions. And that version of you does not exist every day. Today, I'm going to show you what I actually recommend instead. A minimalist Asana setup that is specifically built for ADHD brains. In case you're new here, hi, I'm Samantha. I help online service-based businesses save time, reduce overwhelm, and build a business that actually runs smoothly, even in the hard seasons. We're covering three things today. How to use teams as simple containers so your brain is not overwhelmed before you even start, how to set up an idea bank so you stop losing your best ideas, and how to make Asana feel less like a to-do list and more like something you actually want to open. So let's get into it. Now, I want to give you a bit of context before we fully dive in. I'm a mom to an ADHDer, and we have been through a lot with her. Assessments, appointments, paperwork, hard seasons, and there was a point where my brain was genuinely running on fumes. Oh wait, that's still happening right now. But basically, I had to build a simple Asana project just to keep track of everything. Not because I wanted to, because I needed to. Because I had maybe 20% of my usual mental capacity and I could not afford to lose track of everything. That's when it really clicked for me. A good system isn't supposed to impress anyone. It's supposed to catch you when you have nothing left. It's a safety net, not a performance. So everything I'm showing you today is built with that in mind. Low friction, low decisions, low pressure. Okay, so step one is to use teams as containers, not categories. So the biggest mistake I see when people are setting up Asana is cramming everything into one place. 30 projects all sitting in one team, no clear separation, no way to mentally filter what you're looking at. It's like taking your tax documents, your journals, your kids' school forms, and your grocery receipts and throwing them all into the same drawer. Technically, everything is in there, but it makes it really hard to find anything. So here's what I recommend instead. Use teams as broad categories. Big, obvious buckets like client work, marketing, operations, and products. That's it. You're not trying to get clever here. You're trying to make it so your brain actually knows where to look without having to think about it. And when you only open the client work drawer, the rest of the world disappears and you can focus on what is actually in front of you right now. That's the whole point. Okay, so quick pause. If you're watching this and thinking that you want to get all of this set up properly, but have no idea where to start, I want to tell you about my course, Asana Made Simple. It is specifically designed for solopreneurs and small teams, and I built it to be neurodivergent friendly because I know how many of us have tried tools like this before and just could not make them stick. Asana Made Simple walks you through how to sign up, set up, and actually use Asana in under 2 hours on the free plan and with no prior experience needed. I'll put the link below for you to check out when you're ready. Okay, back to the setup. So step 2 is the idea bank. So ADHD brains are idea machines, right? The problem is ideas almost never arrive when you're sitting at your desk ready to deal with them. They show up at 11 p.m. in the shower, in the middle of a client call, or while you're making supper. And then you might grab a sticky note, and then the sticky note will disappear, or you tell yourself that you'll remember, but you don't. So here's what I recommend doing instead. Have a system in Asana that you use to make sure you always capture your ideas. Then when an idea hits, anywhere, anytime, you can open the Asana app on your phone and drop it into My Tasks with today's date. That's it. You're not deciding where it goes. You're not thinking about what project to put it into because you're just trying to get it out of your head. Then when you sit down to work, you can see it in My Tasks and then move it over to the appropriate project where it can live until you're ready for it. This works because it removes the decision and it gets it out of your head and into Asana, and Asana will remember for you. When you're in mom mode or errand mode or half asleep mode, you don't have the bandwidth to decide where something belongs. So you don't have to. You just capture it and move on. Now, if Asana looks boring to you, your brain will find reasons not to open it. This isn't laziness, it's just how ADHD brains work. We need our environment to feel inviting or we'll avoid it. So a few small things that make a real difference is you can add emojis to your sections, like a light bulb for your ideas, a sparkle for your growth planning, calendar for content, a link emoji for your links. It sounds small, but it makes your workspace feel like yours rather than a corporate filing system. Now, if you prefer, you can switch to board view if you're not already using it. And in board view, you can add card images, which can make even boring work seem more exciting. A visual board of cards can be much easier on the brain than a long scrolling list of tasks. You can see everything at once without it feeling like a wall of overwhelm. And here's my favorite trick that people surprisingly don't use enough. Filter out your completed tasks. If you open a project and the first thing you see is a million tasks, some completed and some left to do, it's overwhelming and it feels cluttered. And it can feel heavy even though you've technically done a lot of work. So instead, you can hide them. Only see what is actually left to do. It's a small thing, but it makes Asana feel so much lighter. Now, something to remember is even with a minimalist setup, there is still a risk. And it's not that you will build it wrong, it's that at some point, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 2 months, you will hit a hard week. Life will get heavy, your energy will drop, and you will slowly stop opening Asana, just like you stopped opening the last tool you tried. The difference between a system that sticks and one that doesn't has nothing to do with how perfectly it's built. It has everything to do with whether it is simple enough to use when you're running on empty. That's why everything I showed you today and everything I teach in general is designed to be low decision and low friction. Not because I think you need things simplified, but because I know that the version of you who needs this system most is the version who has the least capacity to figure it out in the moment. Build it simple now so it's there for you when you need it. But here's the thing, even with a minimalist setup, there's still one reason most ADHD entrepreneurs eventually stop using Asana. And it has nothing to do with how it's organized. It's something that happens before you even open the tool. I cover exactly what that is and how to fix it in this video right here, so go watch that next. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.